Hi everybody, I welcome you all to the critical reflection of my foundation portfolio, The Venom of Self-Doubt. In my foundation portfolio, I used and challenged conventions to effectively represent social issues, particularly height shaming and bullying. Traditional films on bullying often focus on generic scenarios of victimization, but I aim to bring a fresh perspective by focusing on specific underrepresented issue, the height shaming. This allowed me to challenge the conventional portrayal of bullying as solely physical or verbal by exploring the emotional and psychological impact of being ridiculed for physical traits. To adhere to conventions, I incorporated elements like a school setting, which is a common backdrop for bullying narratives. The use of school uniform helped establish the character's vulnerability in an institutional environment where conformity is expected but often disrupted by peer judgment. Additionally, I used cinematic techniques like close-ups to highlight protagonists' emotional reactions such as discomfort and self-doubt, whereas low angles to visually exaggerate height differences symbolizing power dynamics and societal perceptions. However, I challenged conventions by focusing on a less commonly explored form of bullying. Height shaming is rarely addressed in media, and by bringing it to the forefront, I aim to spark conversation about body positivity and self-acceptance. In terms of representation, my media product sheds light on the struggles of individuals who face bullying, and it also represents the issue of unrealistic beauty standards and the pressure to conform. Through relatable character and situations, the film seeks to give the voice to those who feel marginalized and judged based on their physical traits, promoting empathy and awareness among viewers. To create audience engagement, I focused on building an emotional connection and making the narrative relatable for the viewers. The storyline of my film opening highlights height shaming and bullying issue that many people, especially teenagers, have experienced or witnessed. By portraying the protagonist's emotional struggles and eventual resilience, I encourage the viewers to empathize with her journey and reflect on similar situations in their own life. I use symbolic visuals like close-ups to the protagonist's expressions and low angles, high angles to emphasize power dynamics, which is usually captivated by the audience. The incorporation of everyday settings like a school setting, a public place, added realism, making it more relatable. Additionally, the use of specific color palettes like dark tones help to create a sense of struggle. These creative choices ensure the audience remained connected to the story from start to the finish. To make this film opening more accessible, it will be distributed online. I plan to upload the film opening on my YouTube to reach a wider audience. To make sure that the film is more accessible, it is uploaded on my YouTube and other platforms like Instagram. YouTube's algorithm will help the video gain visibility, particularly among viewers interested in social issues or short films. Additionally, it is promoted on my Instagram channel where I created engaging content such as behind the scenes, snippets, teasers, and thematic visuals, and specifically my Instagram highlights, which shows backdrops. Additionally, it is promoted on my Instagram channel where I've created engaging content like behind the scenes, Instagram posts, stories, and relevant hashtags like height shaming, self-awareness, etc. By utilizing these platforms, I aim to spark conversations about height shaming and bullying, encouraging viewers to share their thoughts and opinions about such topics. Creating a video was something I initially thought would be very straightforward, especially as I grew up with a smartphone in my hand rather than a silver spoon in my mouth. I believed that capturing a few scenes and putting them together would be simple, but then I was tasked with creating a visually captivating narrative around a social issue. I quickly realized that the complexities involved in producing a meaningful film. The entire journey was a whirlwind of emotions, from struggling to articulate my ideas to finally bringing the vision to life and getting it approved by my teammates. As a scriptwriter and editor of the Venom of Self Doubt, I had to learn how to turn my initial concepts into tangible products. It was a process of trials and errors, but the most significant lesson that I learned was the importance of collaboration and communication. Especially, Inji taught me how to listen, adapt, and negotiate ideas, which was essential in creating a unified final product. Throughout the process, we spent countless hours in Google Meetings revising our scripts and researching both on social issues we were addressing and the audience we wanted to reach. There were nights we worked till 1 a.m. despite having college the next day, but the hard work paid off as we gained a deeper understanding of the subject matters. I think one of the most valuable skill that I developed while creating this product was the importance of technical adjustments like lighting, camera, shadow could have a profound impact on the narrative. For example, a subtle change in lighting added incredible depth to the emotions we were trying to convey, creating a more immersive experience for the audience. The details mattered from the script writing to post production, and I came to realize how each element, no matter how minor, contributed to the overall story. During the production phase, we were meticulous about getting the lighting and set design just right. We encountered a challenge where in a scene where the character had to write "I hate being short" in her affirmation diary, and the lighting was too dark. Once we got into editing, we were able to fix it, and the final product looked exactly how we had envisioned after trying for like 10 times. We had various camera angles like close up, low angles, mid shots to enhance the narrative. Post production presented its own challenges. Our teammate Laiba, who was initially in charge of editing, didn't meet our expectations, and I had to took over the production process and reworked for the video. We ended up re-editing the film at least 6 times until we were satisfied with the final outcome. Entire process was not only a creative journey but also a lesson in a patience, teamwork, and the importance of adapting to challenges. It was a rewarding experience that fueled my desire to continue learning and exploring the new creative avenues. Our film opening was captured by a DSLR camera, which enhanced the cinematic quality of the project by providing sharp details, high resolution video, and realistic depth of field. The footage we shot helped to maintain a polished and visually engaging experience throughout. For video editing, we used CapCut, which allowed us to incorporate visual effects, adjust transitions, trim clips effectively. To deepen the emotional impact and realism, we added sound effects such as writing paper, blowing the candles, sobbing, footsteps, etc. The fact that the entire editing process was accomplished using a phone device and a laptop demonstrates how accessible and efficient smartphone and laptops editing tools can be. Once the film was complete, we had to upload it on YouTube, Instagram, and these platforms provided an excellent audience. Once the film was complete, we uploaded it to the YouTube and Instagram, as these platforms provided an excellent audience for our work, allowing us to receive feedback and extend our reach. To ensure smooth collaboration, we relied on Google Drive for sharing and storing content. Additionally, we use social media analytics to track engagement and monitor how our audience responded to the film.